What's going on, YouTube? Pretty slow Monday. Nothing really moved at all. Gold and silver. The dollar was pretty stagnant. S&P was stagnant. Slight moves in either direction, but here's a 5-hour chart of gold, and putting in lower highs. We also have a reverse head and shoulders. Question is it a reverse head and shoulders top, or is it a reverse head and shoulders bottom, or continuation, that is. We're closed on a 5-hour chart below the 34, the 8, and the 13. I'd like to be above this this line here, which is this high. And one thing I noticed was if you put this line in here like that, marking that pennant, now you can see the channel that it's in. So it's in consolidation. It's moving sideways in this channel. Hopefully we can close above the week above 1261, 1260, right around there. Look for it to complete the right shoulder. If it can break out, or if it falls apart. A lot of people are thinking that there's going to be a retracement sooner or later, and quite frankly, we haven't had one yet. So it's been a long time since this high here at 1260. We had a pennant pattern, broke that out, and now it's consolidating. I would still contend that breaking out of this pennant and consolidation will allow it to move higher. But a lot of people are saying that look for a retracement and then bullish moves in this next summer. Who knows? But that's what I got on gold. Silver, we're still above our trend and the previous pattern break, which is right there, closed above. You can see the 13 is up, or pointed up, and the 8 has crossed it. Look for 8 to cross again above. Let's go to longer term. Let's go see a daily. You can see the breakout, the pull back to support, and it's been sideways ever since. Let's wait for this 8 and 13 to come and meet it through time. Obviously, silver on a weekly hasn't broken out yet. It is consolidating over the 34 trend, and now you can see the trend 34 simple moving average churning up, and it's churning up as the 13 is crossing. So that's a great sign. We're gaining support as time goes on. What I mean is time goes on and we're getting higher levels of support. See what happens. This is ready to break out at any moment. Obviously on a Sunday night, no one's watching. They're going to try to bring it down, but they didn't accomplish anything as far as I can tell on the 5-hour chart. It didn't do anything today. It just sideways. Copper, same thing. Nothing moved, just sideways. You can see like a little stare down. We got support. It's right at support. See what happens. Some questions on the volume on First Majestic Silver Corp. I'm suggesting that you had some profit taking on the large volume on Friday. Right now, they're putting in a double top on a daily. So you can see the exhaustion move here. That's long exhaustion move. This long wick, that's an exhaustion move. And then you can see the pattern is forming as a double top. Can it break out? Sure it could. But right now, you got a double top and quite a bit of resistance on a double top. So be careful. As I say, sell into resistance, buy into support. If you were on that long ride, take some profits. That's all I got on First Majestic. It's going to need to rest. That major resistance is at 7. So did it almost make it to 7? Yes, it sure did. Can it go higher? Sure it could. We got a meeting line at 7, 8. Let's call it 8. So if it gets above 7 and consolidates, then you can see 8. But it's having a hard time from on the daily chart. You can see on Friday, or whatever day that was, the exhaustion move and the kind of stair step making another top. So you got a double top you're working with. Just be careful out there. The dollar, not much movement. Same, looks the same. Let's see here. What does that look like? What does this pattern look like? From a down and a down, back to a bearish retracement, back to resistance. But what is this? It's opposite of a bullish pennant. It's a bearish flag. Look for more downfall on the dollar. I suggest, if my opinion, if the dollar goes down, then we can see higher prices in gold and silver and oil. Looks like on crude, we had a little gap this morning. Didn't go very far, so look for the gap to fill. Can it come back down? I would suggest maybe it's going to move sideways a little bit, but it's moving into previous lows, these previous lows. So it's riding resistance. It is above the trend on the weekly, so that's good. We got a cross on the 8 over the 13, which is good. Falling dollar price might bring this thing up a little bit further. We're looking at 44 if it wants to go higher to the next resistance levels, these previous lows, right around 43 to 45. Okay. S&P, not much movement. It opened down for the week. We've got a lower high all the way across. Start from here. Like I always say, if it doesn't come back to its point of return and it doubles back without reaching its natural point of return, then I call it double bearish. So let's keep an eye on this for this week, as we're still working off this double bottom. That's all I got. The reason why I don't follow the Dow too much, because it's like the spitting image of the S&P. So that's why, and I believe that the S&P has more weight. The media wants you to follow the Dow, and there's a reason for it, I guess. But I believe that the S&P has more weight. You can see the semblance on both on the monthly charts, and that's why I don't waste time doing the Dow and the S&P. I think Crystal Fist had a question on that, so that's why. But you can see that the Dow has reached its point of return. Let's just call it near. It almost reaches point of return on a monthly. Let's go to a weekly. You can see the double bottom very clearly, plus the second double bottom. So here's a double bottom, plus a higher low double bottom. The Dow opened up for the week, but the daily, it's almost there. See how it rides that 8 all the way up? So looks much the same as the S&P, but slightly different, no less. Here is the for Crystal, the S&P TSX Composite. I typed in TSX, and this is all it would give me. The composite and some other S&P correlations. So that's the best I can do, I think. I don't know. That TSX Toronto's composite, I guess. So you got a higher low, breaking into these previous lows, came up to this hammer, popped past the previous lows, popped into this resistance lines of the gap. So you can see the pop and then the ride. There's another hammer over the 8. But that could be a false negative as it makes an exhaustion move and comes down. So it looks like you got a high wick, came back down, and now it's retracing again. So this on top is a consolidation. I would say stay above 50% of this candle on a close for the week. But let's see how a weekly looks. On a weekly, it looks like the higher low popped above weekly trend. It's trying to break into these previous lows over here. So it's had a little bit of trouble. It popped, came down and retraces, and it's starting to move up again. Look for previous lows into here, as if 50% of these two long candles. So you got resistance at 14. But it's working this consolidation pattern. It's working. It needs to work above the 50% of these candles, and it's moving into previous lows. As it might take some time, but looks like it's trying to do it really hard. Let's see here, monthly. Again, you can see the higher low. Broke previous lows at 13.4, 13, and you got next resistance at 14. On a monthly, you want to get above 14 and consolidate, but might happen if the dollar crashes. Looks like major resistance at 15 for a higher low for the monthly charts. But there you go. Also, you want to recognize that it hit a higher low, broke down, did a bearish retracement, broke down, made a nice hammer, and you might run into a lot of resistance up here, as this is a bigger bearish retracement, as the 8 and the 13 has crossed the monthly 34 trend. So there you go. I think that's it. Pretty slow day. So watch for silver to break above. We got to stay above 1550 on the long-term support. Let's see if we can get above. Shoot, we're almost there. Let's get above 16 for another break. Right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your comments, and please comment some more. Like, share, get the word out. How easy these charts can be with a few lines and some candles. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. See ya.